Choose your hero.
Yeah. Like, they have to play fast and try to end this.
Do you, quick question before we get your views on the draft. Do you have nicknames for any of the heroes that aren't the actual nicknames of the heroes? When you're playing with friends?
I mean, Tidehunter's Watermelon.
Right, exactly. Okay, so do you know what ours is for Cole?
What?
Alan.
Al. I like that.
I'm sorry, buddy. It was just one of those things I had to kind of reveal, just get it off my chest. Just because, you know. Who's playing Alan? It's just funny to me. Anyway, let's let's get your view.
I think this is 80-20.
Yeah? Okay. All right. Thank you very much, gents. Let's head towards our first game and leave you in the capable hands of our commentary team. Advantage in game.
Thank you very much, Red. Here we have EG versus incredibly exciting series and some incredibly exciting picks. Yeah. Well, maybe more towards this sort of. Oh, well, I won't say the emote, but you know, the Naga Siren, sleepy side of it.
Yes. They already had that Coddle too, and that's when you're like, huh, Coddle, they don't play that very often. I wonder what their plan is with this, and then it comes out with the Naga. So a hero that used to be much more common, way more powerful and popular, but she kind of fell off due to certain nerfs and everything. But Coddle is one hero that's always been so good at enabling the Naga Siren. Early on in the game, she wants to rush into that Radiant. She can't afford to go for Boots of Travel, but this Coddle guy, he pulls her all around the map. Come over here, farm some creeps. Come over here, farm some more creeps.
We're certainly going to see RTZ get a lot of farm for sure with the way that they can play. Navi's lineup though, some very comfortable heroes of course for themselves. As the panel was saying, we have that Crystallize, Faceless Void. The final finishes, the Den DTP. You were saying to me you wanted to see sort of a bit of damage come out with the final pick. Do you kind of feel that the Death Prophet fills that void that you felt Navi had?
Well, someone has to fill the Void's Chronosphere.
That is true.
We'll hope that she can get it done.
I did that you did with what I did.
That was nice. Yeah. Wow, alley-oop, I believe, or a one-timer, as we say in Canada. But I think Crystallize probably a relatively rough game. Not only is the Naga Coddle, of course, good in a combination, both Naga and Coddle are very annoying for Faceless Void. When it comes to Faceless Void, you're going to be throwing up that song, dealing with the Chrono, and then you just can bounce either the heroes from Navi, you can actually bounce into the Chronosphere to disrupt them during that, or you can bounce the Faceless Void out, and that's along with, you're blinding them, right? And not going to be a fun time. He would have to build into like a Manta or something to deal with that. These poor heroes that like to just pound away in a team fight, like a Night Stalker or something, he can't afford anything to deal with that, so that reduces some of his damage. Overall, just not a very fun time. And then you look towards, hey, there's actually some more team fight from EG. We're dealing with the Ravage just flying over on top of that, so Song setting that all up. And if there have been two heroes that have looked good for EG, it's a Fear Lycan and a Crit Tusk. So overall, I have a very hard time handing this one over to the side of Navi. But if they can get that speed, maybe find a bit of momentum, use those first few exorcisms exceptionally well, and take some objectives, they could find the win here.
Absolutely. And if there's maybe anyone that can fill and hit the Chronos that he needs to, even in games like this where it's hard, it's going to be Crystallize. First blood though, Seneca out of position, Crit blocks his path off with the shards. Misery claim first blood. Careful down here. I mean, EG we've seen recently have been very good at this sort of lane composition where they do have RTZ farming on the aggressive, Crit sitting around with them, and to be fair, a lot of the time both support hovering around him during this lane stage, and it's worked a lot of times for EG here at Sting.
Yeah, and for that tempo that they kind of require for Navi, they've decided to put that Night Stalker in the opposite. They want to use the actual full lane to him to give him as much of an acceleration as possible, so he's going to be strong enough to propel you into that mid game where you know you're going to need this control to actually take this victory. But that means he's in a pretty bad matchup versus a Tidehunter. Sumail's going to have a fully free lane. He can bully that guy a lot.
Roger. Towards RTZ, they do have the Paralyzing Cask as well as Crystallize coming in, and they should be able to get this one. RTZ taken down as quickly as I was saying how well they've been running it here with these aggressive sort of lanes. They can't afford to do that, giving away RTZ's life on the aggressives, and Navi finding a dream kill really for them in their own safety.
Roger, I'm trying to tap something mid here, but you can see here, he's at the 102, so he's level 3 Lycan, he can lane anywhere. That wonderful region he gets from the Barrel Impulse. It's a full wrap from the Sand King now.
Yeah, they have got the Maledict onto Miseries. Roger going forward with the Burst Strike. We'll see if they have enough damage. Crystallize looking to close the gap as well on the sidelines. Crit RTZ going on to Seneca, but he goes straight with the heads up TP out. He'll escape. Misery won't be quite as fortunate. Navi get the kill. Also at the same time, Navi were able to find EG's courier. I believe maybe Denny moving in on the mid lane was able to take it down. Bottom lane, Navi, they're not done. They come back in with a 2-man barrow strike. They're still trying to trade hits with Arteezy. Will be forced back by the looks of it. Navi, second kill, taking the courier out. These are some big things for the laning stages of Navi.
Even with the removal of poor man shield, Naga Siren's still very tanky in the lane. 7 armor just to start with. Already has the magic wand as well, so they got that first kill on Arteezy. The next one certainly won't be as easy.
Lane. Two of them, Dundee and Fear. 119 for 7 on the DP, and in that 1v1 matchup time being.
The more you start to think about this game though, and it's just like this Lycan and this Naga and this Coddle, so much wave push, so much lane push, just shoving them out from their side of the map, forcing heroes back from Navi to deal with it, and then you look at who's going to handle that. And, I mean, your best options are basically Crypt Swarm and a Sand King. And overall, it's just not going to be able to do that same pace, so they got to find that momentum here. Things have gone well so far.
About the Sand King as well, came with the Burrow Strike, onto Crit, they have the Maledicts, a lot of right clicks as well. He should be fine with the Fountain generation as he TP straight back out. They're able to take away the bounty ring that Crit was looking for inside the Navi's half off the map. Lane Roger and Snako. You're looking to play onto Arteezy, a little bit off there. They get back his spam, Roger realizes his error as they will back away. I mean, even if it did connect, unlikely really they would get the kill for Arteezy.
Well, that's rich.
In that situation, but mid lane, we're seeing here, Dendy, he was able to force Fear out of the lane. Fear had to go all the way back to base, and the CS difference just continues. Top lane, Sumail in general manning up with one another. Sumail will come out on top with the magic wand, so Sumail does get that 1v1 kill. So certainly good things happening for EG on the top lane. The mid lane, definitely not so much. I guess it's expected that the Lycans could struggle, but Fear is really falling behind. Bottom lane, Crystallized, just as time came back off cooldown, was still not able to. They have the control taken down. But again, the Fear comes into the middle lane and forcing him out very aggressively. Dendy taking great control of this 1v1.
Yeah, and he's still struggling to get into that ring of health. And as we all know about Lycan these days, he does not like buying boots early. He wants that helm as soon as possible. The boots don't do anything for your ultimate anyway, and that's when you're making your moves across the map. So that feels like some wasted gold. But when you're laning against a Death Prophet, boots tend to be pretty handy. So very nice start for Dendy.
It's a very hard lane for Fear. I mean, a little surprised we haven't really seen EG try and offer a little bit of a help for him in the mid lane with regards to maybe Crit moving across, but I guess they just see more value in trying to make sure that Arteezy does get the farm down here. And he is. He's 23 for 7 on the Naga Siren. Is ahead of Crystallizes forward, sitting at 16 for 6 at this time being, but definitely he does not have the same lead that is going the way of Navi in that mid.
And although he went down in the top lane, I'm actually pretty fine with the way that General's been playing up there.
He's getting a lot of farm. He's getting a lot out.
He's playing nice and aggressive too, so he's not just like backing away from the Anchor Smashes and being too forced back off of it. Now the problem will be once he actually hits 6 on the Tidehunter, he could just think about going for some solo kills. Constantly threatening with that Ravage.
He's still sitting down with Arteezy. There's the wraparound for Navi. Roger with the input. He's looking for an opening. Goes straight in with the Burrow Strike onto Arteezy. Maledicts to follow through as well. They have the cast. I need a couple of good bounces really to get the kill, and they don't get it. No bounces. The cast back towards Arteezy, so he'll be able to walk away. Okay. General already coming over to the mid lane during this night time, bullying Fear, making sure that Fear is kept behind and will continue to struggle to try and catch up. And again, Roger looks for another Burrow Strike. Snako once again with the Maledict. Will they get the bounces that they need? No. The cast bounces down bottom. It doesn't matter. The Crystallize comes in with the Time Warp. Gets the bash. Arteezy taken down. Another kill for Navi's tri-lane safe lane.
Yep, and why is this happening? Because Crit's been kind of pulled in towards that mid lane. There's an issue with the Death Prophet versus the Lycan. Crit's like, well, if you're going to jungle, I want to absorb these lane creeps in the mid. That's kind of a waste. And so with just 2 heroes down bottom, much easier for him to pressure and kill Arteezy. So now we have Dendy and Crystallize getting a little bit of room here.
Top lane though, of course, Sumail pretty much sitting there at top of CS. 42-12 on this Tidehunter. We've seen it many times before in this land. Sumail has just had some absolutely amazing games where he's been able to pull the team through. The sort of question is, can you do it on a Tidehunter?
Yeah, that is the real question. It's like, you think if this was like a puck or something, or even like a clockwork, he's done very well on so far with his off-lane plays. Here.
There will be.
Yeah, he's doing Burrow Strike, so no big D.
Navi don't get the kill, but yeah, forcing him to use that. It always sort of eliminates the threat of a Lycan.
Oh, I like how he
TPing into a
TP'd
lane.
top too. They want to try and set up a kill.
Okay. See what they can do. There is the big Tyrant. He's level 7, 4 points in the Anchor Smash, has the Ring of Health, but they're going to give it a try with the Maledict. Oh, okay, with that amount of magical damage, it's going to be more than enough to make sure that Sumail will pop. He does turn with the Ravage. He's looking for return kills, but he won't quite be able to get it. Navi, get away with the kill, and don't lose a single member.
That feels bad when you're playing Tidehunter. That's one of the worst. The first Ravage isn't that important for sure, but you really want to try and use it just for a free kill. Because it always feels like a freebie, you know? Someone's always playing too close to you and they think, oh, he's not going to use Ravage just to kill me.
Bottom lane, looking for Chris alive. Damage flying through. Misery and RT should be fine for now. Quite level 6 on that boy. Rotations from Navi supports. Roger moving towards the mid lane. Putting the pressure on. Sumail's TP'd in, but of course there is no Ravage. He's got to be careful in case the supports find an opening onto him. Bottom lane, we see EG looking to dive straight in onto Crystallize. Does the time on, but he's rooted up to get the chance to pop it off. He pops those 1 charges. That looks like it's still on cooldown, so won't be able to escape. EG are able to claim the life of Crystallize. At the same time, Navi do take the tier 1 tap. Trades continue. A 1k lead at the moment for Navi, but very, very close. Sumail, say it needs to do something too big with the Ravages, so keep our eyes on him in 80 seconds and see what he's able to do when it's back up and where he looks to make an effect. EG though, with that kill onto Crystallize, they are able to overrun the lane, push it down, and will be able to find a tier 1 tower themselves as Crystallize just heads straight up to top and has no interest of being around it. Roger will actually come down to pick up some levels, but he is definitely going to be on his own for a while. Yeah, they get the snowball across him. Roger may have made a bit of a mistake coming in. There are going to be mass TPs. In fact, Navi, they want to fight Roger. He's going to be fine. They can look towards RTZ. RTZ gets the saw off in time. Does he have he doesn't have a TP though. We'll see if they're able to close with a time off the chrono, but it looks like they, just a little too far away. So EG get away, but Navi actually managed to keep that tier 1 tower alive, which we see a lot of teams sort of just let it be and let it go down, but Navi say no, we want to keep control, make sure it's a lot harder for EG to invade the map. But look at this aggression.
This might be setting up for the next exorcism here. His DP's also nearby.
And look how close they are to one another. RTZ and Misery, they do not expect this wraparound at all. This is incredibly smart from Navi. RTZ heading into the sidelines. TP coming in from Sumail, but he still does not have that Ravage. Look at the silence onto RTZ. RTZ still continues to back up on the side, though. Dendi gets put out. EG Sumail finds him. Roger will jump over the burst trap, but I think Navi may have dove a little bit too deep now because EG, they're ready in full force to find the return play and get those kills. Roger cut down as well by the Riptide. And what looked to be starting off to looks like a smart movement. It seemed that EG were ready in the long run. The TPs came through, no hesitation. They didn't even need Ravage. Ravage is still going to be there for the next play. EG get 3 kills.
Man, look how much vision they had in that area too. Still not able to secure that. Definitely not a good sign here for Navi. Some good plays, but that's kind of what Fear was waiting for, you know? He's just kind of hoping for this moment where he can actually just pounce. He had a rough lane, and the farm speed isn't that great, but with that helm, with that level 6, he's very good at grabbing these aggressive creeps. You know, he doesn't care about catapults. The whole time he's been playing these Lycans, he's getting the Centaurs, he's getting the Trolls, and he's going for kills.
Slowly, surely making that recovery this game. Now, he is on par with Crystallize's farm.
DP has set up top, though, with the Exorcism, backed up by the Witch Doctor. And yeah, we're going to pop it. So, time to see if EG want to try and mount another defense here.
The rise on Roger, down bottom, Fear. The move in, get that root off, but close the gap.
Is under attack.
Towards top,
It's a DD run too. Yeah.
This wraparound for Sumail. Sumail's actually come in on the top, starting to play around with him. He's going to get chronoed straight away, though. They're trying to eliminate him before any sort of threat happens, and they'll get it. Sumail maybe overestimating his sort of survivability with that Tidehunter, as he knew the heroes were there, waltzing straight up to the high ground from low ground without vision, and it cost him his life.
Oh, look at that. Seneko instantly dewards board.
Oh,
get the deny. Oh.
Tier 1 does still stand at the top. Navi will be able to finish it off here. Be at this location with the Illuminate. Okay, General, level 8. Start pulling Arteezy a little bit. Level 7 on the Naga Siren. 2.4k towards Relic. Base Radiance Rush.
And despite a disadvantageous lane for the Night Stalker, he's doing relatively well. He's almost caught up to Fear. He's into that big second nighttime, and he's going to go for a set of drums here to try and enable himself and his whole team to get some stuff done before the 16th. And we haven't discussed it yet, but also we have the Night Stalker countering the Keeper of the Light, but we also have the Lycan at the same time. So it was kind of a shitty pick in a situation for Navi, because you're like, okay, well we can counter the Coddle, but once that Howl starts getting leveled up, these fights are going to become more difficult if we're popping that during them. So it'd be interesting to see if maybe this engagement for General doesn't pop it, just for that specific reason.
Look at this General. He's found himself a solo kill. The poor old Keeper of the Light out on his own in the middle of the night. But we'll find it. So he's going to move across towards Sumail. There's TP's coming in again. Sumail,
the Ravage.
He is entirely on his own. He does have the hood. It's going to back him up a little bit, but it looks like no response from the team. They are almost certainly going to dive the tower for this, as Navi realise that EG, they don't seem to give a damn about Sumail just dying on this top lane, as Navi move in, claim the kill, tie this down. No response from EG whatsoever.
Oh, surely they won't dive me this deep, guys. 5 under tower with Ravage? No way. I'm fine. Push mid, get lanes.
Navi will be able to finish off that top qualification pop, and Navi continuing this wraparound back towards mid. Seneko and Roger leading the way. Crit
Look at the
and Fear
posture.
are
They
both
know where
there.
they're coming from.
Crit and Fear could maybe look to try and take a charge, but with General there as well, it would be a little bit questionable. So Crit are indeed keeping themselves hidden. Side of it, trying to hide up. They will take down the Helmet of Dominator. Crit.
I like that with the Burrow Strike too, because he was kind of thinking about a play, I think, where, you know, be able to get a net with my ulti. Can we get a kill set up here? Finally a bit of space for Misery down bottom, because we're getting a little bit of pushing action there.
Space for Arteezy as well, to be fair.
Oops.
Close to that relic now. So he's had that space. Yeah, he's got enough money for the relic. So Radiance is going to be there at very reasonable timing for this Naga Siren. Have to see. It's been a long time, really, since I've got to see a core Naga go to work. So we'll have to see the sort of impact the Radiance Illusion push is going to have on a lineup like Navi's. Can these heroes deal with Naga Siren shoving in multiple lanes, farming jungles at the same time? It sort of begs to...
Doesn't look good, no, I would say.
It has the potential to be very scary for Navi.
To secure quite a bit here, and as we move closer and closer to that 16-minute mark, as we're going to start transitioning back to the daytime, I wouldn't say they've gotten that much done in this period, the Night Stalker, but it's also a time when everyone on this team is still farming up those items. They might not be strong enough going to the Roche Pit yet, so they're just hanging around, hoping for a couple more pickoffs. They'll kind of been the target so far.
Actually, look at towards him again. Roger straight in with the Burrow Strike. Maledict upon him. They'll put the Death Ward. They need everything to bring down this Tyrant, and there should be enough. A lot of damage coming into him before the Maledict ticks. He's going to try and TP back, but the damage is too much. Roger gets the final touch. Another death for Sumail. I mean, as I was saying, Sumail has been having some great games this land, so I absolutely understand Navi. They just want to shut him down. They want to make sure they get the kills on him, so the Sumail has a hard time to have an impact this game.
There is a wolf in the pit, and the sentry doesn't see it, but unlikely to have an impact here.
You know, actually finding Arteezy to the side, but maybe at the same time sort of ganking the play from EG. He may not even go down if he could do this one around. It is night time. He's pretty speedy. He's actually going to look to try and get the kill with him. He gets the kill. I think he's going to get out. General takes down Arteezy underneath the noses of Crit and Misery. He should indeed fall to Fear. Surely he can't get himself out of this one as the wolves chase him. He's trying his best. He's pretty down speedy, but the shot's not going to reach General. Surely he dies here. The Necro unit's chasing him as well.
15 armor.
He's trying his best. He can't quite make it. Fear will claim the kill, but absolutely worth it for Navi. They take down Arteezy and they get Roshan without any sort of contest from Evil Genius.
Under a second left until he had that flight. But yeah, 100% worth it. But we do continue to have a relatively even game in terms of the net worth.
It's all about this Arteezy now in terms of EG's powerhouse. And Fear, of course, as well. He did have that very tough time in the mid lane, but look at this man's net worth. He's first on the board for EG, only slightly behind the Death Prophet now. So a very impressive sort of just composure from Fear, the classic Lycan, head to the jungle. Get involved for the easy kills, but make sure that you can recover. And he absolutely has. This Lycan still going to be a definite threat. And we've seen it already a couple of times this land. Fear on his Lycan, seeming to be, I'd say, the best hero that he's performed on.
Yep, sure. We do have our Battle Fury done for Crystallized. That's his big item of the game. I don't know how I feel about the Battle Fury of this game, to be honest. Obviously, it's very good against a lot of summons, like Lycan. It's very good up against these illusions. Will be something to deal with it, but is it going to be like fast enough? Like, could he have done more?
I think you do need it because illusions and summons.
It's the meta. It's the time, but you kind of wonder about that opportunity cost of putting in so much money into something that comes so late. Like, could they have actually pressured more with some earlier items? Maybe he could have went like something faster and then Shadow Blade a bit earlier, and then you could be killing this Naga again before the Radiance is actually done. Whereas they got that one kill from the Night Stalker at the at the near point during this recipe, but it looks like Arteezy is going to safely make his way to the rest of that gold. So those are the kind of things where Battle Fury takes away from your heroes in those moments.
Sure. Yeah, there's no denying Arteezy has been having all the space in the world. After sort of those initial deaths in the laning stage, he has hit his item timings for sure. And he gets in, Radiance is going to be complete. So, you have to grab that haste rune. Brick. Liking the itemization as well from the Night Stalker. Going straight for the Heaven's Halberd. This, of course, is going to be brilliant in the fights as it pretty much render Fear useless for a good few seconds of his shapeshift. Get it nailed down onto the Lycan, that would be some.
And let the game begin for EG.
Here becomes the farm game. Radiance Naga versus Battle Fury Void.
And what's truly terrifying about it is that Lycan can just explode and destruct. You know, you play against this Naga and these illusions, and you look at this lane that's close to your tower, some tier 2, some tier 3, and you're like, okay, well, it's just creeps. We'll go back there in 20 seconds, in 10 seconds. But then suddenly this Lycan comes out of the fog, he ults, he pops his Necro Book, and he destroys the buildings before he can even get there. So playing with their glyphs is going to be super important for Navi this game.
Smoke on smoke.
Navi
on the low.
Tower won't last long.
Around from the tower. Crystallize is going to spot them. He's going to jump straight in away. Is he going to put the Chrono as of yet? Looks towards Crick. Crick gets the chance to snowball. Crystallize trying to pull him back. Does have the time war back a bit a second, but he'll turn, try and bring him down. But the song's there from RT.
Okay, that is song before Chrono.
And that is going to set up a big Ravage. Samel, he's in position, ready to blow it. Catches out 3, pops the Aegis on the boys straight away. They'll look towards Roger. Roger gets the burrow strike up to the high ground. He'll be fine. General backs away. Crystallize as well. Should be fine for the second time round if they do look to retreat. Meanwhile, Fear looking for the rats on the top lane, pushing in onto the tier 2 tower. EG continue to chase. They have their eyes on Seneko. Well, top lane, Dendi actually setting up, playing around with this Lycan. Navi might be able to get the kill. They put the epicenter to follow through, but it's not quite enough damage. Fear still with some remainder of the shapeshift. Able to run away, Crystallize. Jumps forward, 2-man Chrono. Is the damage there? I don't think it's going to be. It's only between the two of them. There's not much that Navi can do off the back of that. And Seneco's got to be careful. And Illuminate's going to be flying, and he has to get out of there. He'll do it through the grave. He's out of the game. Crystallize is being rooted up. He's also hidden. He's got the Shadow Amulet standing in place. EG do not have detection. They won't be able to catch him. So Crystallize will survive. Overall, EG getting the kills, Fear managing to stay alive, and a lot of big ults being used by Navi there to no success, not getting anything out the side of EG.
You could see it. He jumped in around that tier 2 in the mid lane, and that instant hesitation. You know, he can't throw this Chrono. He's like, can I even hit these 2 heroes? Do I want to Chrono these 2 heroes? And then from there, once that jump's revealed, once the ploy is out from Navi, that's when EG can start to play. They get the song, they get the Ravage, and Fear does what he does best. Just rats away in a game where it's just going to be constantly this from EG.
So this is the scary thing for Navi. You sort of blink for a second or look away from a lane, and bam, Lycan takes the structures. They have to be prepared for it. And they tried their best there, as you saw, with the Yule setup into the epicenter, but still not quite enough damage. Roger trying to come in. He desperately wants to clear out some of the army of units. He will get a fair few of them. Could be beating EG back in here. Don't have their ultimates, Navi. It's a hard fight for them to take. We'll see how they can go about it. Dendi falling low. In fact, they're going to go straight on the 2 with the snowball. Yules himself up. Roger's going to take the Wolves punch to the backside. Crystallize moving in. Still no Chronosphere, though, of course. They're going to lose Roger. Crystallize has to time walk away. He'll be fine. But a bit of an awkward attempt there from Navi. Their lineup very reliant on having their ultimates at this stage of the game to fight. Nonetheless, they decided to run back into EG and ended up feeding the life of the Sand King.
I think they feel that it's the same way for EG, and they know that they need to win engagement, so like this is still a good opportunity for us. We have to try something. But then Crystallize is like, oh yeah, but I'm a faceless Void. Like, that hero, especially when you have nothing but Battle Fury, is just going to feel so weak without
Chrono. Yeah. It's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
A slightly delayed Radiance there is points out, but of course he was aggro trying, and he got killed a couple times, so definitely understandable.
I mean, it's not the fastest, but at the end of the day, you know, even though it's 2 minutes later than the faster ones, you know it's still, as long as you're not getting after the 20-minute mark, it's always going to pay for itself in terms of how much you can get achieve in terms of the farm that he's picking. We see that at the moment, both him and Fear, top 2 net worth. well, of course, down to the objectives that they've been able to claim at this stage of the game, which is still relatively young. Just 22 minutes into this one, 11-9, EG with that 4K gold lead at the moment.
I think if you're EG right now, and you just look at where these waves are, and you just say to yourself, okay, if my Coddle is up top, he can pull someone in, like the Lycan, and he can just start doing his thing up there, and instantly some building is gone if they just mess up for a second from Navi. Or the Naga can just boots of travel in somewhere else. He can just go one place down illusion, start pushing in the wave, and then be teleported up to the top, either by the Coddle, or you can use the boots of travel, and then start pushing in that wave. It just kind of starts to feel impossible unless you get these big ganks. You have to break this like big combo chain that EG have going. Crystallize's going to try that here with the Shadow Blade. Oh, that's a good hero.
He's coming across, Roger. There's the first strike to open out some out. Actually going to pop the Ravage. Only catches onto the base at this point, and it's not going to be enough to kill him. He's able to time walk off. Fear comes forward. He'll be able to silence up the Lycan, but Crystallize, he's in trouble. The rest of EG turn up, and Crystallize is down. Navi poking around a little too long, a little too deep in EG's half of the map to get away with anything. Using their Void like that, it's going to keep Crystallize further and further behind in the farm, make it much harder for him to sort of equalize the power and net worth that both Arteezy and Fear have. Currently sits about 2.5k behind them. Prince is going to get even greater if keep attempting for unsuccessful plays like this now.
You can tell it was a real desperation play because there wasn't even vision set up. Like, they were going completely blind.
Yeah, trying his best to play around with them here, and he may just make it out. Burrow Strike, tree line, Sandstorm, TP's out, mid lane, Fear, ready to push in with the ultimate. Merge on Snako, slowing him down. Snako turns with the Maledict. Can they keep that man alive? They can. They'll be able to force the Lycan back. Snako's able to get himself back to base. Still, more and more map being taken over by EG. You'll see in this game. And Navi, they do have this line, they do have a Death Prophet, and still themselves unable to really pressure any tier 2s, and it's getting to the point where may just have to wait and try and take fight the EG sort of foreshow. Navi just play the benefit of having the high ground potential and trying to get something big with the Furnace, but they do have the Cleated Shadow Blade on Void, so definitely potential to find that opening, but it's going to be hard with the way that EG are playing, very much separated up. We very rarely seen more than 3 heroes together. It's always Fear, Arteezy farming opposite sides of the map, which makes it very hard for Navi to decide where they move, who they want to try and make a play on, because you're never going to get both of these cores in a fight.
And if you pop that Darkness again, then you're dealing with this massive Howl. He has reached level 16. They're there. 4 points, so good luck ganking someone. That thing gets popped up there with a double value at night. Arteezy also closing in. Can we just... It's pretty much the Alchemist build at this point, honestly. Naga was dead for so long. This is the Naga doing the Alchemist build.
I mean, so
you know?
I was going to talk to you about this as well. So, as I said, we've not... I mean, me personally, I've not seen a core Naga in terms of pro games for quite a while. So, is there a reason why he goes straight for the Octarine rather than the Manta? Does he just work out better in terms of
value
with the lower cooldown on Mirror Image, those illusions being obviously a lot better, a lot more in terms of the durations and stuff?
Yeah.
The uptime compared to Manta illusions.
I think there would be some players who would probably still go for the Manta because of the value in this game up against the Night Stalker as well as the Death Prophet. You could see that, but he's feeling pretty safe. They're definitely ratting enough that they're pretty much dodging all engagements anyway, so that's not really his main concern, I would say.
Yeah, I guess that's... Yeah, because he's not really been in a position where he's threatened by any sort of silence from the...
No.
Yeah, it makes
so
sense
much backup this game.
Double damage.
Waves are actually surprisingly pushed out. I would say at the current moment they actually look kind of okay.
Best to try and shove out top. Just got that Albert complete, crystallize on his optimization. Just going for the BKB.
Goes misses.
That magic immunity definitely for the fights if he wants to chance of getting.
Look at this BKB and MKB queued up. That's not a fun game for a Void, you know. He needs his BKB 100% so that he can't get blasted out of the Chrono. Like, there's no question at this point. And it will help him through the Ravages and the other control and everything, but...
I mean, once he does have those 2 items, it's definitely going to be scary. EG, of course, whilst Navi are elsewhere on the map, get the Roshan. Actually picking up the Aegis on Samel as well. Again, I guess that sort of goes back down to what we've been saying. Arteezy and Fear, they've never really been in any sort of danger. It's been Samel really that's died the most out of the course because Navi have put a lot of hate towards him. General gets caught out top. Bottom lane Crystallized, making a go here. They do have the Death Ward from Seneko, and with the Maledict upon, Arteezy will certainly go down. That's the sort of tried and tested combo that we've seen over the ages. Chronosphere, Death Ward, not a lot that can survive through that.
Yeah, it's definitely the only way they have a chance of killing him is with the Shadow Blade when they see heroes in opposite parts of the map. But with the way EG were just able to so safely take that Roach despite no pickoffs or anything like that, again, it comes back to the way that EG pushes compared to the way that Navi does. And they're so visible. You know, they have nothing that can... he can't send illusions to push any waves. It's either a Void standing on a creep wave, a Night Stalker standing on a creep wave, or a Death Prophet standing on a creep wave. And you're like, okay, that hero is not at Roach. Let us go.
This Roger trying to rev up the epicenter, but Fear, he had the micro, he had the units upon him. Roger could not close the gap. Epicenter wasted, and Roger's life also in severe danger. He's not going to be able to get the chance to blink out after the Yules as Fear turns that gank around.
Beautiful ice shard, super pretty. Falls into Saneko with the medallion.
I'll be a little careful, yeah, not quite enough damage here. Shot for kill. Quite the game indeed. 10, 6k lead, but definitely looking to be very much more comfortable in their hands in terms of their 2 cores. TZ and Fear still growing pretty much untouched at the top of the net worth. The farm that these heroes have, they are going to be an issue for Navi to take control of. Saneko.
They have the Ravage. There's no song.
Yeah,
but there's also no chrono.
Yeah, they're letting that man down.
To be our Octarine core here. Courier starts heading to that dire secret shop. Oh, okay, Arteezy will just go there first.
Pretty good time. But I'm just impressed that Fear's keeping up with Radiant's Knight.
Also true.
He is farming like an absolute beast. I'm quite literally. Here's the line. Here we go. To the base, forcing out fortification. Oh, hello, who's that behind us? Crit says he's found himself Roger. Roger.
Desperate times.
A lot of difficulties there.
Desperate measures.
No buyback on that Sand King. No Sand King for 50 seconds. EG, they've got the Aegis. They absolutely can try for a high ground push. He's going to pick up the gem. G are going to expand just the vast amounts of control they have. See Crystallize poising himself looking for a Chronosphere, but he really had to get something miraculous. Oh no, Roger's just done this, General. You can't follow suit as he just goes around the back again. No, I mean, he's down as well. EG just happily turn and take it.
He just wanted to be buried next to his buddy.
I guess that he's trying to sort of, pull the creep wave away from the base as well, trying to do his best to slow it down.
There was big green arrows on the mini-map, but all pushing in. Slow Naga push.
Fear down bottom, don't have to sleep on middle as Arteezy allows the space for Fear to just go ham down bottom. This sleep, meaning that as soon as they wake up, the racks down bottom are gone. Crystallize will come in with a 2-man chrono, pops the BKB, has a good amount of damage onto Arteezy, but the Glimmer Cape should keep him fine, as well as the urn, healing him back up. As bottom lane just got absolutely cleared up by Fear. This is sort of the horror of power of EG's lineup, that sleep Lycan combo. There's literally no way to play around it. If Arteezy gets 3 or 4 more heroes in the sleep, your racks are going to go down.
It's just felt like such a, I don't know, the way you knew this game was going to go. If they didn't explode like crazy from Navi, it's just, I don't know how they have any answer to this. It was clearly a very well-prepared strategy. Maybe something that EG has like ready in their book, where like if the opening of our opponents does not feature any good wave play or anything, you know, the first 3 heroes or so, we just whip this out. Like, okay, what are you gonna do now?
I mean, I really think you got to think twice before letting EG have. I mean, Lycan is definitely one thing, but then having the Lycan and the Naga Siren, that's.
Yeah, well, especially the Tusk, honestly.
I mean, Crit Tusk. He's been. I think he's had loads of games as well where he's been allowed to have it. He's very to be in the sort of perfect zone to play Tusk over, not this LAN, but also in the previous Galaxy battles. We saw some great stuff from Crit on Tusk. Yeah,
I admire trying game 1, trying to beat it and everything like that, but I would be pretty surprised if they left the Lycan in. I feel like it enables everything even the most. I think Crit can still do a lot of similar things on a lot of position forwards, and Lycan is just, he has so many different options. He can rat and he can also fight very well, and here's just quite excellent.
You go again, the sleep here. The male tries to find a position to set up. Crit jumps in with the time walk, and they do manage to get the silence on turn 2, but he's already got the shapeshift down. Samel comes in with the control from the Ravage. Crystallize does get the chance to time walk out of it. Then he pops the BKB. Kind of move in onto Samel, but Samel, the big old side enter, a little too tanky for Dendi to deal with. Navi have to back up. Navi trying to do their best to hold EG off the racks, but Fear comes back in with the walls, will look to take it down. They do manage to get the two-man chrono, but Navi, they've got two members that walked into it by the looks of it. Fear's going to get the chance to pop the cheese. Can they bring him down? They try, but crits in with the stave. Jumps in, picks him up in the snowball. Will be able to keep Fear alive for now. Crystallize trying his best to man up, but he has to time walk away. And out of this one, Dendi gets beaten down by Samael. General in the mid lane rooted up, and GG well played is called. It's all too much for Navi. EG running away with this game very confidently out the back of the lanes. They looked a bit